right, Bobcat fans, we're here. Martin's Bennett's. This segment sponsored by Roof Masters and Bubba's 33 in Longview, Texas. Superintendent of Schools, John Martin. Mr. Martin, how are you, man?
Hey, doing well, doing well. Pleased to be over here with you two.
And
trying to put another minute's worth of conversation out. It'll be a little more than a minute, but
Glad to have you.
Thank you.
you know, we talked a little bit about some of the things going on in Hallsville ISD. There's so much going on, but I want to start first, safety measures that the district's implemented. Can you talk a little bit on that?
I can. So safety of our students and our staff, and I say this every year, and I mean it every year, is paramount. Priority number one, Hallsville ISD, safety of our students, safety of our staff, whether they're up here Monday through Friday or they're on a trip through the weekend, safety is number one. So we like to put things in place. Obviously, I'm not going to talk about everything safety that we put in place because that's really doesn't need to be common knowledge. But we take it very seriously, whether it's our armed police officers on every campus, 2 here at the high school. We've got a band of guardians, which are employees that are also concealed carriers that try to watch out for our kids and our students, or whether it's just watching incident we've had recently, watching the social media phases. You see something that happens close to you, you still have to make a reaction because it is so close to you with proactive things you need to do. So,
What is, Mr. Martin, say you have something that happens, what's the process of getting that out to parents, public, that kind of thing? Is it something at the end of the day that it's announced? How does that work out?
So yeah, dependent upon when we get to a point where we actually know if there's a threat.
Right.
Because what we do not want to do is be the one that cried wolf just because you read something. But as soon as that threat has become a possibility, we've got the phone out system, we've got the text out system, we've got the email out system to all parents of every stakeholder here in the district. And so that's kind of how we push it out initially. Obviously, we would want our campuses to know first because there's certain lockdown things or evac things you have to do. So that's kind of how we communicate that quickly.
Wonderful. And I only ask that because I know a lot of times people want things to happen immediately. And I know we've got to actually figure out what's going on before we're going to say anything out to the public. So
if you come out like what Mr. Martin just said a while ago, if you go out and say it too early, you have everybody rushing up here, and it's a cluster, and it's hard to find out whether it's credible or not, and then get organized. Then you don't want everybody rushing the campus all at one time.
Right. Correct.
well, tell us, we kind of got safety. I know there's also a lot of projects going on at Hallsville ISD. I mean, you see the construction everywhere at times. What all projects does Hallsville have going on right now?
Hey, a great question. But before I get to the projects, let me just and this is going to kind of roll right into it.
Okay.
With our school board. Our school board announced back in August, all of our employees, 3% raises, and then some incentive bonuses throughout the year for
We fired up about that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm fired up that you're fired up, to be honest. And so our board, going back to the safety piece, and I promise I'm going to hit the projects. Our board feels the very same way I do about safety. They feel the same way about taking care physically and financially of our students and our staff. But as far as projects goes, we've got a few things kind of in the mix. We're going to totally redo our our home side parking at the Bobcat Stadium. Because if you hadn't walked on that lately, you can trip up real quick, even if you are agile.
It's like driving on a Louisiana highway.
Well, they may be better over there in Louisiana. I'm not sure. So our board has made a commitment. We're gonna totally redo that, and once we get that done, we should be done with it. Way past me, past you and you. Second thing we're looking at is some additional work over at our transportation hub, where all of our buses and all of our fleet vehicles are. We're blessed now that we have a lot of buses. We have a lot of buses that every one of them is air conditioned. And so we just need spaces to be able to park them out of the sun. And so one of the things in Texas, obviously, is the sun will beat up a bus way quicker than the back roads of Hallsville, Texas will. So we've got to get that done. And one of the projects that is down the line and is coming is we've got to get something for our athletes, our band, our bells, our you name it, to be able to go outside in this summer heat. A covered facility is one of the things that we're really looking at that would help us in many different ways. So that's kind of a little foreseeing of what the projects are going to look like.
Well, and I think that kind of goes back into safety too. It's
It
just
does.
safety of the kids in the heat.
Well, I know you talked about it just a while ago. UIL is mandating a practice time whenever it gets above a certain temperature. Well, in the state of Texas, it gets past that certain temperature at 6 o'clock in the morning. So you're already almost at their safety guidelines or whatever. So you almost have to do that. You're forcing your hand. And the next, on the parking lot, are we going to start at 2 phases or one whole phase? Do the whole all the way out to 450?
I split it up in phases just due to the fact that whatever we get started on, hopefully around December, I need that by the middle of May at the latest.
Oh, we got the
graduation. I've got to have parking spaces because
Right.
there's nowhere to put folks.
Right.
We can make do through the spring if we need to. That visitor side is a nice lot. It's got plenty of space. As far as phases go, we want to hit this phase 1, get it completed, and then reevaluate from that point. This may fit our needs for the rest of the future, so we're hoping.
And how many years, Mr. Martin, has it been that HISD has given a raise to its employees?
Okay, so I think percentages. So I'll try to break that down into years.
Okay.
So 2 years ago, we did a 10% increase across the board.
That's massive.
For all 800 and at the time 48 employees. I think we did a 2% maybe prior to that, about 4 years prior to that. And then we've kind of gone back and forth with a percentage step versus an incentive. And that's a retention incentive. If you're here and you continue to work here, we want to pay you for your loyalty.
Right.
And so I would say probably 14% total, maybe
Man, that's
15 with this
amazing.
3% within the last decade.
Yeah, I've been here 9 years, and that's exactly right. You know, we've gotten the retention bonuses, and 1 year we got it twice, and 1 year we got this year we have it. It'll be 3 years or 3 times, 3 different separate times, and we appreciate the board for that for sure. Being,
Well, you
employees here.
attract and keep the best of the best by being able to do that, and even keep people like Guy on board. We won't going to say best of the best, but
Well, I mean,
you keep people like Guy here.
Well, when you got quality, it's hard.
Hey, and as much as I would love to get on that boat right now and let's sink him, I just can't do it.
Yeah.
Me and this old fella go way
back.
back,
Long,
like to elementary school.
long way back.
Oh yeah.
But I
So-
got a hard hitting question.
yes, sir.
Convocation. It's probably one of the. I've been here. This is my 10th one, 9th one. Was the coolest one we've had.
Good.
We've had every group has got their cheering and everybody's doing the hey we win in this. You come up with some lame thing this year of everybody wins. Now that's not the John Martin that I've always known. Who actually won the convocation yell off?
Okay, you want to answer to that?
I want to answer.
But
that.
I've got to give you the story before I give you an answer.
All right.
So yes, it's the whole rah thing. Every campus, every department.
It's cool.
I thought it was
I
cool.
was real cool.
But I'm going to be
The high
real
school
honest.
cheated, by the way.
I'll be honest on the radio today. I forgot all about it until I walked into the pack that morning because we did a little bit of it last year. And so I get in there and somebody from I think it was West Elementary says, "Hey, we're going to win that competition today," and I went, "Ooh, what competition are we speaking about?" And then I had to play along with that. So come back next year. Make sure you retain yourself. Come back next year. I'm going to tell you who the winner was this year. It was all Bobcats and all kids.
There we
Those
go.
are the winners. I know that. I know Mr. Walker does not like a trophy for every place and every.
No, you're either first or you're last.
Well, that Ricky Bobby, thanks you for
That's
that
it.
statement. Thank you,
100%.
Ricky Bobby. But no, I would have had probably a winner. I've got to put some rules in place.
Okay.
There's got to be some rules. If not, you have chaos. And so there'll be a few rules coming in. I'll let you guys know what they are before we get to convocation, so that nobody.
I may have to
nobody
come
cheats.
and judge it.
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, you're hired. Yes.
So the high school had, and I'm on, because you wasn't there. The high school had the home field advantage. So whenever it come to their turn, they had the whole middle row all to themselves, and they had the house music. All they do is win, and they have Mr. Gibson with the cool flowing hair now, and they had the yes, I believe we're going to win, and they had the whole section. They even cordoned it off where nobody else could get there. That means they reserved their own seat.
Is that, yeah.
So I feel like they probably won just because the slight cheating. If you You ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
That's
Number
true.
one.
True.
But the everybody won. I was kind of disappointed in that, Mr. Martin. I'm just
Well,
letting you know.
Mr. Walker, I will take your disappointment, make a note of it, and then throw it out the window on the way back to the office. So I appreciate you asking that.
Well, Mr. Martin, thank you for joining us. Fans at home, thank y'all, and we'll see y'all next time.